Welcome to another Win with Math video. Today's video, in triangle ABC, the angles A, B, and C are in arithmetic progression. Determine the value of this expression, A over C times sine of 2C plus C over A times sine of 2A, where A and C are sides opposite of angles A and C, respectively. So let's break this down by looking at what we know so far. So we're given triangle ABC. That means the three angles should add to 180 degrees. Next, we have angles A, B, and C are in arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression is basically like an arithmetic sequence. So basically, if you have, let's say, A, B, and C, from A to B, we're going to add some kind of common difference to A to get to B, and we're going to add that same common difference from B to get to C. So A plus D equals B, and B plus D is equal to C. Likewise, we can also look at A plus 2D will give us C. So we'll substitute this into what we had before of A plus B plus C equals 180 degrees. And we'll get A plus B, which is A plus D, plus C, which is A plus 2D. And that's equal to 180 degrees. Let's combine like terms, and we get 3A plus 3D is equal to 180 degrees. Divide both sides by 3, and we get A plus D is equal to 60. And since A plus D was actually B, that means we have angle B to be 60 degrees. Let's substitute back in to A plus B plus C equals 180. And we get A plus 60 degrees plus C equals 180 degrees, meaning A plus C is equal to 120 degrees. This is what we're going to need for evaluating this expression. Now that we got A plus C is equal to 120 degrees, let's now evaluate this expression. So one thing we'll notice here, we have a sine of 2C and a sine of 2A. So we'll be applying the double angle formula that states that sine of 2A is equal to 2 times sine of A times cosine of A. So we have A over C times sine of 2C, which can be rewritten as 2 sine of C times cosine of C by the double angle formula, plus C over A times sine of 2A, and sine of 2A can be written as 2 sine of A times cosine of A due to the double angle formula. Next, let's look at both of these expressions, and we can factor out 2, and let's do some rearranging. So we'll factor out 2, and we'll have A times sine of C over C times cosine of C plus C times sine of A over A times cosine of A. Next, we notice there's a sine of C over C and a sine of A over A. That looks familiar, as if that was coming from the law of sines, which states that sine of A over A is equal to sine of C over C. So we'll be using this. So we have 2 times the quantity A times sine of C over C, which by the law of sines is sine of A over A, times cosine of C, plus C times sine of A over A, which can be rewritten as sine of C over C by the law of sine, times cosine of A. We'll simplify. We notice there's a A divided by A, so it cancels out to 1, so we're left with sine of A times cosine of C, plus we'll notice there's a C in the numerator, a C in the denominator, they'll cancel out, leaving sine of C times cosine of A. Since multiplication is cumulative, we're going to swap the order, so we get cosine of A times sine of C. Now we'll notice that sine of A times cosine of C plus cosine of A times sine of C actually comes from the sum and difference formula, which states that sine of the first angle A plus the second angle C is equal to sine of the first angle A times cosine of the second angle C plus cosine of the first angle A times sine of the second angle C. So we can use this, and we get 2 times sine of A plus C. And from what we found from the previous page, A plus C was equal to 120 degrees. So we'll substitute in, and we get 2 times sine of 120, and sine of 120 degrees happen to be root 3 over 2. And 2 times root 3 over 2 is equal to square root of 3. So that is our solution. If this video helped, give it a like, subscribe for more, click on the video on screen to keep learning. Thank you.